The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Monday, May 26th, 2025. Passion, secrets, and desperate moves set the stage for drama on Monday, May 26th, 2025. The Bold and the Beautiful delivers a high-stakes episode packed with raw emotion, romantic surprises, desperate escapes, and secret alliances. As familiar characters face the consequences of their past and future choices, the episode promises to push boundaries and reshape dynamics that have been building for months. Every scene matters. Every word stings. Every decision cuts deep. Let's break it all down without delay. Carter Walton's grand romantic move. Carter Walton, ever the heart-on-sleeve romantic, steps into the spotlight once again. For years, the COO of Forrester Creations has searched for something real. After failed engagements, heartbreaks, and countless emotional scars, he's finally at a point where he believes love might be possible. Not abstract, not aspirational, but tangible. That possibility is Hope Logan. Hope has long been a beacon for conflicted men, but Carter's interest in her is different. It's not lust or ambition. It's longing. A longing for the life he's never had: a wife, children, a home, a purpose beyond his career. In Monday's episode, Carter follows through on this emotional drive with a romantic gesture that's bound to leave Hope and viewers breathless. Details are scarce, but this isn't a bouquet of flowers or dinner under candlelight. This is Carter baring his soul, risking rejection, and claiming the love he thinks he deserves. But this gesture is more than a feel-good moment. It triggers a cascade of repercussions, starting with Daphne Rose. Daphne, nicknamed the Nose for reasons once light-hearted but now painfully ironic, finds herself completely blindsided. She thought she and Carter were building something. But Carter, now confident in his decision, informs her of his shift in loyalty and heart. That's where the romantic story becomes a drama bomb. Daphne doesn't handle rejection well. She never has. And this time, the fallout will stretch far beyond the immediate. Daphne and Deuce, a desperate escape. Daphne's heartbreak pushes her to the edge emotionally and geographically. Still reeling from Carter's confession, Daphne doesn't know the whole truth. She has no idea Hope's conversation with Liam was spurred by his critical condition, or that the words Hope uttered were drenched in grief, not desire. That kind of misunderstanding fuels Daphne's decision to flee, but not alone. Captain Deuce Stevens, the dashing pilot with a mysterious past and complicated loyalties, becomes her escape route. Daphne doesn't just leave Los Angeles. She vanishes. Destination: Paris. Motivation: survival, emotional, social, and psychological. But Deuce isn't just a mode of transportation. His role is layered. He's not ready to let Daphne spiral. Throughout their flight, he pushes her to rethink everything. Daphne might want to run, but Deuce challenges her to stay and fight for love, for truth, for herself. Is Deuce really trying to help, or does he have a deeper stake in Daphne's choices? Their in-flight conversations carry more weight than just friendly concern. With lingering glances and carefully chosen words, Deuce might be doing more than comforting. He might be falling. John Finnegan's risky plea to Liam Spencer. Meanwhile, in a hospital room filled with tension, John Finnegan makes a pivotal move. While Steffi remains composed on the surface, Finn knows better. He's watched his wife suffer in silence, burying a truth that could tear lives apart. That truth? A secret tied closely to Liam Spencer's latest medical ordeal. Finn calls in Liam, not as a patient, but as a man facing a moral crossroad. His request isn't casual. It's a plea: intense, urgent, and necessary. Finn believes it's time for Liam to tell the truth, even if that means unraveling what's been so carefully hidden. Steffi won't reveal it unless Liam agrees. And Finn, caught between duty and love, is done waiting. The air between Liam and Finn crackles with unspoken tension. Liam, vulnerable yet defiant, must choose. Protect his legacy or expose a truth that could destroy relationships, including his own with Hope and Steffi. And if Finn's intuition is correct, Liam's hesitation isn't about health. It's about guilt. Grace Buckingham's risky proposal elsewhere. Grace Buckingham re-enters the narrative with a proposition that threatens to shake Liam's world even further. She presents him with a radical option, a medical procedure that could extend his life, but at a steep cost. The risks aren't just physical. They're emotional. Liam is torn between the promise of more time with his daughters and the grim possibility that the surgery could go horribly wrong. Grace is persuasive, calculated, and driven by a mix of compassion and ambition. She knows what this means for Liam and what it means for her own reputation if the procedure succeeds. Liam, already overwhelmed, is forced to weigh the odds. And time is not on his side. As he wrestles with Grace's proposal, the impact of Carter's romantic shift, Daphne's escape, and Finn's plea converge into one central question. What does Liam really want his legacy to be? A survivor who stayed silent? A father who risked everything? Or a man who finally told the truth? What lies ahead, the May 26th episode, is more than just another chapter in The Bold and the Beautiful. It's a powder keg, waiting for a spark. Relationships hang in the balance. Trust is strained to its breaking point. The choices made in this episode won't stay confined to Monday. They'll echo for weeks, maybe months. Hope, caught between past and present, must choose whether Carter's love is something she can return or just respect. Daphne, spiraling in midair, may rediscover her strength in Deuce's encouragement or crash harder than ever. Finn, holding back no longer, gambles his peace for a truth Steffi isn't ready to reveal. Liam, at the center of it all, faces not just mortality, but accountability. Grace, ever the opportunist, may become the unlikely catalyst for a breakthrough or a breakdown. Every character is backed into a corner. And in true Bold and the Beautiful fashion, there's no escape without damage. As Monday's episode unfolds, it's clear that love doesn't heal all wounds. Sometimes it opens new ones. Sometimes the truth doesn't set you free, it traps you. And sometimes, even the boldest gestures come too late. Stay tuned. The beautiful chaos is just getting started. On CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful, the stakes have never been higher for Liam Spencer. Once a man defined by love triangles, romantic indecision, and family drama, Liam is now confronted with something far more devastating, a terminal brain cancer diagnosis. For weeks, it seemed like there was no way out. Hope Logan, Steffi Forrester, John, Finn Finnegan. They all braced themselves for the end. Death was looming, inevitable, untouchable. But now, Grace Buckingham steps into the narrative with a glimmer of hope. It's not much. In fact, it's brutal. But it's something. And when you're drowning, you don't look at the ropes fray, you grab it. Grace presents Liam with an experimental treatment regimen that includes aggressive chemotherapy and targeted radiation therapy. She doesn't sugarcoat it. This is not a miracle. It's a war. A war against time, against his own body, and against the cancer already eating away at his brain. But this is the first real option anyone has given Liam, a slim, treacherous path that might buy him more time with his daughters, Beth and Kelly Spencer. And that alone might be enough to make it all worth it. Before this conversation with Grace, Liam and everyone around him, Finn, Steffi, Hope, had accepted the death sentence. There were no treatment options left, and every moment became more precious and more painful. Liam said his goodbyes in subtle ways. Hope tried to be strong. Steffi carried her grief quietly, and Finn kept watch. But now the game has changed. Grace introduces a lifeline, though it's wrapped in agony. The question now is no longer will Liam die? It's how much pain is he willing to endure to live, and will it be worth it? Liam's agonizing choice. Extend life or preserve dignity. Grace doesn't mince words. These treatments come at a price, and not just financially or physically, but psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. The procedures will be excruciating. His quality of life won't just drop, it might disintegrate. But Grace believes in transparency, and she gives Liam the facts straight. His daily life will revolve around hospitals, needles, infusions, isolation. The pain won't be temporary. It will be relentless. And yet, knowing all of this, we can see it in Liam's eyes. The answer is probably yes. Not because he's brave. Not because he wants to fight. But because he's a father. Liam has always defined himself by his role in his children's lives. He may not always get the romance right, but fatherhood is his anchor. Beth and Kelly give him a reason to breathe. And if there's even a sliver of a chance to get one more birthday, one more school play, one more day of seeing their faces, he'll walk through fire for it. Finn will support this decision, but not without caution. As both a doctor and a man who has seen the aftermath of aggressive cancer treatment, Finn knows what's coming. He'll remind Liam that things are going to get ugly fast. Fatigue, pain, neurological decline, emotional crashes. But Finn will also promise that he and Steffi will be there every step of the way. They won't let him go through it alone. Living with them makes them the default caregivers. And they're ready for it. The reality of chemotherapy, pain beyond words, what Grace doesn't sugarcoat, and what Liam must now absorb, is the physical toll of chemotherapy. The body doesn't just suffer, it breaks. Chemo hits fast and hard. The side effects are grotesque and merciless. Nausea that doesn't end. Vomiting that leaves him gasping for air. Diarrhea one day, constipation the next. The taste of food changes, then disappears. Appetite becomes a memory. And then comes the hair loss. A cruel reminder that everything, even identity, is being stripped away. Mouth sores will make it hard to speak. Headaches will feel like war drums pounding inside his skull. Blood counts will drop. Anemia will drain his energy. His immune system, already weakened, will fall apart, exposing him to infections that could be deadly with one wrong move. A common cold could send him to the ICU. And Liam will know this. Grace will make sure he understands just how fragile he will become. Even worse, the chemotherapy may not guarantee survival. It may only extend his life by months. But months can mean memories. And for Liam, that might be enough. Radiation, a brutal companion, and then there's radiation therapy. As if chemo weren't brutal enough, Liam will also face the challenges of daily brain-targeted radiation. The list of risks is long, frightening, and real. Brain swelling, vision impairment, double vision, speech problems, difficulty breathing, pulmonary complications. And that's just the beginning. Radiation can cause lasting damage to his memory and motor skills. Even if the tumor shrinks, Liam could end up with lifelong cognitive dysfunction. Walking, talking, thinking, all things he once did effortlessly could become uphill battles. It's already started. The tumor is pressing against vital brain structures, which means Liam already struggles with balance and coordination. These symptoms won't just linger, they might intensify. Grace is clear. This is about survival, not restoration. Liam may survive the tumor, but he may not be the same man on the other side. The ripple effect, how this changes everyone. This decision doesn't just change Liam's future. It changes everyone's. Hope, watching the man she once loved and still deeply cares for prepare for a grueling journey, will find herself torn. She wants to be there for him, but how? Is it emotional support? Is it stepping in as a co-parent when he's too weak to function? How does she balance loyalty with distance? That tension will build, scene after scene. Steffi, now caught between her past with Liam and her present with Finn, becomes both caretaker and protector. She will likely wrestle with feelings she thought she buried long ago. Watching Liam suffer might crack her carefully maintained world. She'll do everything she can to stay strong for their daughter, for Finn, for herself, but pain doesn't respect boundaries. And love doesn't always fade just because you've moved on. And then there's Finn, the rock in the storm. As a doctor, he'll be calm and clinical. As a man, he'll be rattled. Watching Steffi comfort Liam, watching Hope wrestle with guilt and devotion, Finn must keep his heart in check. But we've seen it before. Pressure makes men like Finn either collapse or evolve. And this will be the crucible. The road ahead, bold, beautiful, and brutal. Liam's choice will divide the characters. Grace's arrival shatters the silence with a dose of truth no one was ready for. As Liam begins the treatment process, viewers will see a very different kind of drama unfold. This isn't about affairs or fashion shows. This is life and death, dignity versus desperation, hope against horror. In the coming weeks, we'll likely watch Liam deteriorate. Slowly at first, then all at once. There will be scenes of him collapsing, struggling to walk, hallucinating. There will be tears. Not of self-pity, but of frustration. The kind that comes from being trapped in your own body. The kind that breaks even the strongest man. There will be arguments about care plans. Tension in the Spencer family. Friction between Hope and Steffi. And always the lingering question, is this worth it? But there will also be moments of grace. Liam reading to Beth with a raspy voice. Kelly holding his hand while he sleeps. Steffi and Hope, former rivals, sitting silently together in a waiting room, united by fear. Finn monitoring his progress, trying to keep science ahead of fate. Grace, the voice of medical realism, quietly watching her patient become something more than a statistic. And maybe, just maybe, there's something else at play. A deeper story of redemption. Liam, once known for romantic indecision, now becomes a symbol of resilience. Not perfection. Not victory. But persistence. The kind of bravery that isn't flashy, just real. Conclusion. The fight begins. This is not a story that ends with a bow. Not yet. Liam's fight is just beginning. And it will test every character, every relationship, every expectation. The bold and the beautiful has always thrived on emotional drama, but this arc takes things to another level. This is raw. This is real. This is what it means to be human, scared, flawed, hopeful, and unwilling to quit. Liam Spencer may not survive this. But he's no longer waiting to die. He's choosing to fight. And for better or worse, everyone he loves will be fighting alongside him. Stay with us. The next chapter isn't pretty, but it's powerful.